Frankenstein growing up in Geneva. Never knew he'd be creating life until he came to the university. There he studied philosophy and chemistry, and with all his knowledge came perversity. One stormy night after months of labor, he created life that disturbed his neighbor. Victor was full of a lot of doubt, because he didn't know how the monster would turn out. Next morning, woke up, found his monster looming. Ran out of the house, he was zooming. 2 years later, he got a letter. In that letter was a big surprise. Found out that little William died. Frankenstein came home thinking things would get better. He created a monster and that would never subside. That same day, Justine was executed. Now Victor has 2 deaths on his mind. He doesn't know what to do or to think. All he knows, his monster has escaped. One rainy day, he was full of grief. Now he's traveling to get some relief. He sees his monster run, he thinks it might get gory, but all he wants is for Victor to hear his story. The monster is confused upon his making, but he has discovered things that are his for taking. One thing he discovered is fire is good. To keep it alive, you just add wood. While searching for food, the monster finds there was an old man that was very kind. But the monster's presence made the old man shriek. He must have thought that he was a freak. As a result, the monster ran out of sight, making sure that he caused no more fright. The monster now finds a small family, composed of a man, a woman, and an old man. While observing his neighbors, they seem very snappy, but now he notices they are very unhappy. The monster wonders what the family is saying. Tries to learn the new language by surveying. One spring morning, a woman appears, here to see Felix. He gets ecstatic as she nears. After some time, the monster now knows the history of the cottagers and the path that they chose. The monster decides to approach the blind man, hoping he will be convinced of his gentle nature. 8 minutes later, Felix returns from his walk, driving the monster away, not letting them finish their talk. After swearing his revenge upon all humans, he goes looking for Victor, who is sightseeing. Once Victor is found, the monster tells his demand. He wants a wife and she better be grand. Upon Victor making his new wife, monster will get out of everyone's life. Victor agrees to the monster's request. He will get started after a few nights of rest, while creating the monster's new wife. Victor thinks about what he is doing. What if she doesn't follow his promise? Victor doesn't take any chances. He destroys the new monster and any possible romances. Victor decides to track his creatures. He is led to the icy north. There he meets one and tells his story. And he tells him to continue his search after death.